Just wanted to keep you guys updated on this storm, and it is turning into a monster. There's even been talk that some people have said they've seen rotation in this thing, and I've watched this thing since it started a few hours ago, and it's just enormous, and it's out of nowhere. I mean, they were calling and said there were going to be some rain, but this looks like something a whole lot worse than rain. And I don't know, is it me? Or is there a face that forms in that? I know that doesn't mean much, but when I watch this over and over again, it just seems like there's a face that appears. And when you look at the thing overall, it almost goes from a face into the head of a dragon. I don't know, what do you think? This is another look a little bit farther out. But that does kind of look like rotation. And this is some awfully warm water over here. If this thing gets out over water and it starts to spin, and still nothing from the mainstream media on this. I've seen some NOAA updates, and oh, by the way, NOAA has doubled the chances from earlier this morning. It was 10%, now it's 20% chance of this becoming a named storm. And I'm telling you what, especially the way it kind of feels down here. You ever go outside and you just get that feeling in the air? You know, and I know I'm quite a ways from this up in the eastern side of Florida, but you can tell. You can kind of tell by the air when something's not quite sitting right. And you can almost see that same shape in this picture too. Now this is AccuWeather here, and then we'll go back here. This is the Weather Channel. So they're showing about the same thing. This is just a zoomed in, but it's almost like there's something at the peninsula that's just pumping this storm out. And you don't normally see that. They normally get stronger over water and less powerful over land, and this is exactly the opposite of that. Just very, very strange that all of a sudden we didn't get any. Normally the weather services, they give us all this notice. And they say, oh, this could happen, that could happen, and you know, this could form here and we're going to keep an eye on it. I don't remember anybody saying. There was a guy here on YouTube, Thor, maybe was his name, who had talked about this system and where it was coming from. It wasn't anything like this though. And this thing is just blossoming up into an enormous, enormous monster, almost literally and figuratively. So the current loop you're looking at is going from, let's see if I can get this right, let this loop end. Starts at 12:07 p.m. and goes through, I guess I could show you. About 3 hours worth. Here it is zoomed out. And also, I showed you in my last video my little kind of emergency wall of this is globalincidentmap.com. And all of a sudden, a whole bunch of incidents have popped up over the United States. Risk for, I'm not sure what all that is, but that map wasn't nearly that busy a few hours ago. They track everything from terrorism to earthquakes to gang-related activity, threats against the president, weather, and they track it all over the world. So globalincidentmap.com, and then I have, of course, the weather up here, and then, of course, my audio tracker, my ambient audio tracker. So anyway, I'll keep you updated on whatever's going on here. It's very strange wildfires they track, but I don't have the earthquake map up now. I probably should get that up too. Had a real big earthquake, by the way, out off the Atlantic Ridge of 5, just out in the middle of the ocean. So Anyway, maybe for the next video I will bring that up and show you the detail on that. It wasn't even near any land, not for hundreds and hundreds of miles. Also saw an earthquake in Hawaii that they had a depth of a negative number. I'm not really sure how that happens, where the depth of the earthquake was like negative 1.5 meters. I don't know how that even works, but anyway, we will keep you updated as events warrant. Like I said, tomorrow is the anniversary of the issue with the USS Fitzgerald, and so we're going to be doing a compendium video on that and going through piece by piece the story, how it all fell apart for the Navy, and how we were able to uncover so much information that led us to the conclusion that this time last year we were under attack. So anyway, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.